Greetings, this is Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator. Today, with just chatting about stuff because I need to. Need to get things off my chest right now, and this is my one shot to do it. So here I am. I've completed the Rummikub video. I have the short available as well. I'll be uploading that pretty soon. And I'll be going into August. Let's talk about how things are going to go going into August. Alright. The Slackathon concept will be discontinued. I only really gave it 2 shots, but it just proved to be kind of pointless. For as much as it could be about doing, very little, and doing quite a bit. And it just doesn't really attract any kind of audience. So, the Slackathon concept is done. The experimental line concept, I might go one more video. But I feel like that's also run its course. And with things being as hot as it is, it's kind of hard to continue doing those. I don't know, hear the mouse clicking. I'm chatting while playing more Eve. I could do a stream, but sometimes I just want to play the game privately and not really think about trying to entertain anyone else in the process. Speaking of entertainment, I've had to discontinue my subscriptions on Patreon for the 2 people I follow. They're only briefly. I'll get paid and I'll look into supporting them again. But for now, let's do it without. I'm just, no. I think overall I need to focus on doing better with my money. So, I may go a while before I return to it. I keep thinking, what if I started a Patreon? Would people support it? I honestly think I couldn't do a Patreon in good faith because I know I have nothing extra to offer for people. I just try to find another source of income. My job is safe at the moment, but things are going a direction within the corporation that I'm not particularly fond of, so we'll see how things turn out. And there are things going on elsewhere with other stores that are apparently going to be closing, which is going to suck. You know, leave one city like basically without the presence of one of our stores. And to think I actually, got to go out of town to visit those stores and help with their inventory, and I'm not gonna see them again. Let's visit them. An excursion to the Springs. Before it happens. Meanwhile, things at my work aren't as stable as I'd like them to be. You know, the inconsistency of the schedules, especially when we get anywhere from no truck to one truck to two trucks a week, and there's like no consistency, and it's burning people out badly. It cannot keep going on like this. So, see what happens going forward with that. Going back to content in general, um, videos I for sure have coming up. At least one more character creation video. 2 if I decide to go after Eclipse Phase again. I'm not sure if I want to go after Eclipse Phase again because reasons. But it's between Eclipse Phase as a maybe and Pendragon as a guarantee for the next RPG videos. And then tabletop gaming. Again, Rubik Cube video is already uploaded. I'll be uploading the short eventually. I'll wait for like a slow day, and I've already got the video on my phone. Just upload it whenever. Call it good. And then I already said the Slackathon is done. No more. Experimental Land, maybe one more. Current game playthroughs. MechWarrior 5 will continue until it's completed. I may not do EVE Online as often. I like to save it for when I feature certain things. And I got to feature the last major thing I wanted to feature, which was the Ice World. And that's part of my colony collection. And then Indivisible, I might at least give it one more video. I already got kind of spoiled on some of the twists, which I hate. Yeah, when I end up getting spoiled on stuff, but it's like I kind of wanted to be sure on certain things. Reciteer will continue for sure. Other games I'd like to feature. I'm thinking it over. It's hard to want to rely on my games too much because they're fun and everything, but concerned if I rely on them too much. If people are just gonna get bored with it, or what. I mean, so far people have been pretty cool about um, supporting the series that I do have for sure. And watching those live or watching the VODs or whatever, it's been nice. I've been pretty happy with seeing more people, or just people in general, show up and check out and playing MechWarrior or Eve or whatever. It's been nice. It might be cool to go check out, maybe, I'm thinking, Total War 2 Shogun. That's an option. because I am still curious about Japan and everything else. So we're gonna check that out and make a series out of that. I don't know though. Sometimes the strategy genre it gets to be kind of tricky. But a lot of these are proving to be tricky. MechWarrior 5 was like really stepping up the challenge lately. And I was beating my head against this mission. And I finally succeeded with, having one pilot end up injured for like nearly 3 months. It's like, crap. I don't want to try to do this mission again. I've already hit a successful point of, not failing. Might as well take the victory. So, there's that. Just keep thinking how much further I'm going to keep going with this. I really don't want to give up, I am having fun doing things. But if I'm having to worry about the future of my main employment, then there may be. I may need to step back from content creation just a little bit. So, to that end, going into August, I will stick to my schedule of MechWarrior Mondays. But I will not make any guarantees on what else I'll be doing going forwards. I do have one more tabletop game coming in, one booster box opening, one Deckworks, one Showdown. So there's that to look forward to at least. They're just waiting on stuff to come in. Alright. So, I think any further tabletop games after this will come from the November auction. So, September and October are going to be kind of droughts in that sense of just not doing as much on the tabletop side. I still want to do the video of here's all the games in my collection. Here's a few quick words about each. Just to see if I can just make a quick, see how quickly I get through it. It's kind of a speed run challenge. Right. Okay. So as I speak, I'm playing Eve. And very interesting journey ahead of me. So, of course, I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about some stuff. Some other stuff going on. Idle getting bought out by Brave Group. I didn't see it coming. I knew they were working together. I didn't realize they're going to get bought out. Just kind of crazy to think about. And then the CEO of Idle stepped down as well, which is, again, something I wouldn't really expect. But I guess they're having trouble behind the scenes. And uh, there were things that kind of popped up on social media of, yeah, they're having issues. Still, it's not something I thought would be, you know, lead to this point. And then there's this kind of loose affiliation VTuber group called Pop and Star that last, where a few members just left. I don't know exactly what went on, but hopefully the former and current members can still be friends, of course. That'd be nice. Hopefully nothing major has happened to prevent that. And then it's been 1 year since Advent debuted. It's been a little over a month since Justice debuted. 2 memberships. I've just so far fallen off the VTubers. Just don't watch as much as I used to. End up watching videos about other stuff. And I'm just missing out on VTubers. It's alright. I'm finding other things that entertain me. I'm just thinking about other stuff too. Um, Sometimes I get bored and I browse eBay or Amazon or something, and I just either look for board games or I look for costume dresses. And I think I should put more effort into uh, making costumes to clear out that pipeline. Or finishing testing out board games that I have. Instead of just throwing my money on towards other stuff, that I don't really need, but the stuff that makes me happy personally. I feel like with my costume collection, I don't really have a lot of opportunities to wear it, other than in the privacy of my bedroom when it's not boiling hot outside. There's a particular style of costume in terms of fancy dress, uh, apparently called sissy. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And I'm kind of curious how that whole thing started. The whole idea of, you know, men taking up this kind of side path of extreme feminization. It's interesting to think about, but I would like to learn more about how that started. I know I tend to enjoy cross dressing myself. But I have yet to really go far into that side of things. I also noticed that they're like really some of those dresses are like really expensive. I'm thinking maybe I can make my own. I've got material. I just need to like open up space and everything else, and like put in the effort and the time. Yeah, still a lot to sort through, and maybe probably what I can end up dedicating August and September and October to is getting all these projects done. It's just occupy space, and because it occupies space, it's also occupying my mind with that I'm fully aware this is stuff that's not finished. And because I'm aware of it, it bugs the crap out of me. Like, I need to take care of this. I need to take care of this and get it done. Why am I not taking care of this and getting it done? So, that will be a project. That will be a series of projects going forward. At the same time, I do need to put effort into uh, looking at other places to work. There's just this feeling of instability and uncertainty is just a lot of weight on my shoulders. Feeling like, is this going to end up like my old job? So I started work at that. I started work at that job. I left to go work with my dad. I came back, and like 4 years later, they shut down our store. And they've been shutting down stores ever since. I'm not sure how much of that corporation is actually functioning as stores and not just real estate that is basically being left abandoned. You know, and nobody's using all that space and no one's using it. Seems very wasteful, and I'm not a fan of wastefulness. Maybe if the prices drop on stuff, maybe someone might take up some of those old spaces, do something creative with it. One of the people I talk to at work sometimes like want to do like an indoor go-kart thing with food stalls and other fun stuff. You know, entertainment centers here in town would be nice. There, I'm not sure how these arcades, what these arcades are that are like, adults only and all that. Like that, something feels weird about that. Like an arcade that's only for adults. Are you sure that's not like a gambling den masquerading as an arcade? No, I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. What else is going on? Hmm. Just just continually surprised by my channel still growing slowly but surely. Um, just seeing people in my streams, seeing people check out videos and shorts. It always has me curious. What got people's attention that they decided to check out my stuff. Is it the thumbnail? Is it the name? You know, is it just people who like my channel in general? What does my channel have to offer? Uh, Tabletop games, PC gaming, you know, my costumes, my hobbies, creativity, whatever I have to say. Um, I'm just amazed by it, and I'm hoping I can keep this going for a while. Because I still remember it was like this time 2 years ago with Sana left Hololab, and Tempest had just debuted, and I was just like, okay, it's time for me to really buckle down and focus on my creative content. And then losing the internet access meant I had all the time in the world to work on my videos, but I'd have to take them to the library, my computer library, to upload them. That was kind of a pain in the butt, but at least it was an option. My my hope going forward is that I just find other things to try out. I still have yet to put together the 40K terrain. That's a creative idea. I still have um, painting I can do. I still need to feature painting the battle mechs. Although I might just have to just paint them anyway. We could do more puzzles. But it's like I made more progress on the puzzle when I actually, was doing it off video. So maybe there's some stuff I just need to do on my own. And I gotta figure that out. What's gonna be the do it on my own stuff, and what's gonna be the featured on video or stream. And I put some more thought into that. There's still a lot of options. Granted, I'm deliberately choosing not to do certain options. I'm not doing ASMR. I'm not doing boyfriend experience. I'm not doing watch alongs. I think I tried to do watch along, and then the countdown timer just didn't. The stopwatch timer thing did not work, and the frustration of trying to deal with the synchronization of that was like, screw this. I don't want to mess with it. It's more trouble than it's worth. So, not doing any of that. But aside from, you aside from those things, I'm open to just doing more stuff. But as I said before, I'm trying to balance that with the projects I need to do, regardless of whether or not I can feature this content. So it's just prioritizing. What do people want to see? Do they want to see me paint the battle mechs, or canvases, or stitching, or painting, or assembling the terrain, or painting the battle mechs? I don't know. I honestly don't know what people want. I know what I want is to just keep trying, keep doing something, because the channel's not going to keep going on me doing nothing. And I would like to keep the channel going. So, I have options. I will take the time to think them over appropriately. Alright. Anything else going on? Let's get ready for Halloween. That's why I do want to get back to stitching. But also look at what I've got to work with costume wise. I mean, wear something I haven't worn in a while, or at all. I like my little like green enchantress concept. I like the Sailor Moon team uniforms idea, but I'd have to make the skirts longer. Um, I have lots of costumes to choose from. Let's see, pick one. And then we're almost to the end of this board game league. We're going to be playing the last week of it on Tuesday. We'll pick the final game, do the practice run, and do the final official playthrough for the final game. Have a free week, a free Tuesday at the end of August. We had a new guy come in. We played Kill Dr. Lucky yesterday. That was nice. Because we did the Escape from Lucky Mansion, half of it as well. So, the guy who successfully killed Dr. Lucky also was the sole survivor. I need to wonder. I need to wonder why. I was self wondering why some people just make terrible game decisions of, you know, there's an opening to do stuff and people miss out on that. You know, an opening to potentially win the game and they just throw it away. It's like, why? Why are people, dumb like that? It's just frustrating. Anyway, one of the players we usually have during the league has not been showing up. And all things considered, it's been kind of, I hate to say it, it's been better without them. They seem to have a hard time listening. And then occasionally their playstyle is just also filled with wasteful actions and stuff. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? This is dumb. Sometimes gamers just do crazy things, and I'm left wondering why. Occasionally it makes for some interesting memories, though. But when we're playing a game, really want to be thinking ahead of time. I'm going to do this. If this condition is in place, I'm going to do this instead. You know, just putting more thought ahead of time to doing stuff. Instead of waiting until your actual turn to do it. Alright. Okay. So, all this time I've been talking, I've been playing Elam Line. Successfully managed Vegeta. So, yay. Sell some Minotaur shuttles and various levels of commodities. The recursive computing module has been an interesting path to get to. I saw, I thought about, okay, what's the next kind of planet I want to do? And then I noticed, oh hey, ice worlds are a thing. They have the plankton colonies to make biomass. What can that go into? It goes into super tensile plastics, which goes into um, synthetic synapses. Ooh, hold on. Synthetic synapses, and those go into the RCMs, along with guidance systems, which I was already making, and transcranial microcontrollers, which I can make by just um, importing the biofuels to make the biocells to make those by combining with nanites, which I was already making anyway as a cache item. So that worked out pretty well. So always the strategy in this game is, what do you make for actually using, and what do you make for actually selling? Because sometimes some stuff you really do want to use for your own sake. Other stuff is like, use it to make the money to get what you really need. Getting up to the tier 4 side of things is interesting because it's hard to do on one world, I think. Like the recursive computing module, like I had to have my ice world and my barren world to pull it off, especially because the high-tech facilities can only be on barren and temporary worlds. So just thinking about all that. Yeah, I think I'm not going to make it a habit of going to JITA more than once a week, because it's a long ass journey. I've been making it this whole time I was talking. Just trying to keep an eye on making sure I dock as soon as possible, because holy crap. Granted, there are no low security sections in the journey that I take. So there's that. Okay. And now we sell the shuttles, and then we go back home. Because, holy crap. Alright. So that was a very worthwhile journey to take, and now I'm hoping I can make it back to my home region before I fall asleep, because I'm probably going to be falling asleep soon. Going back to work soon. Alright. On the road again. Alright. So what else? Alright. What's something to talk about for the way back? Oh, it's just a lot of things running through my head between work and everything else. It's like, I need to focus. I think it's hard to focus sometimes. I want to be focused on the right priorities too. So, just something to work about. Hold on. Anyway, um, yeah, I think the things that just running through my head the most have been just work and the channel and costumes. I don't know what drives me to explore that side of me. You know, between the dress collection and everything else. But it'd be nice to have an ally in exploring that side of things. You know, maybe provide some guidance, some reassurance, but also keep me on track for my actual responsibilities in the real world because I can't just be self indulgent all the time. I have to take care of my real shit, which I do. I got my laundry going right now. Took a shower earlier. Went to work today. I'm just, I do take care of my stuff, which helps. It's kind of funny. The last time I had a girlfriend, she was like totally okay with, you know, my cross dressing. So think of that way, Joel. I know. I think I'm looking for someone again. Hold on a moment. You need to get I know if I'd ever like find someone else, it'd be nice to find someone who is as supportive as she was. But I also want someone who's interested in an actual relationship and not just the peak of it. You know, it's uh, kind of discouraging sometimes to go out and look for friends or other relationships. Like, where do I go? I'm not going to a bar because I don't drink and I don't like being around people who are under the influence. I wish more people came to the game store. I wish more women came to the game store because having it be like almost entirely dudes there uh, this feels kind of discouraging in general. It's like, is it what is the issue with this place? Is it just not welcoming enough? Is it just turning women away from this place somehow, or they're just playing different gaming groups, or what? I don't know. I know I'd hate feeling excluded from something by seeing other people be a certain way. one of the things that kind of bugs me about people I work with is there are certain um, political alignments, this very specific religious slant, and sometimes they talk about stuff in a way that's like, it's scaring the crap out of me a little bit. I don't say that out loud, but it's just sometimes feel uncomfortable being around. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm going to do my job, and then I'm just gonna get the hell out of here when I'm done. It's be nice to find more people along the lines of what's important to me in terms of handling things politically and all that. But I feel like that exact group is going to be near impossible to find for just a complete group of coworkers. It bugs me the way they've talked about, people who used to work with us. It's like, there was one person who was a certain kind of person, and the way they just talk dismissively of them, being who they are, is kind of discomforting. As people get into a certain viewpoint, and I don't know, they just don't want to see anything else. They don't want to see that they might be wrong about something. They'll have their opinions, and they'll stick to them. And those opinions being not wanting to deal with certain people, just off of the most superficial differences. But that's just how they want to be. It's unfortunate. Hey. I keep saying I wanted to get away from the game store and find friends somewhere else, but I haven't been in a good position to do that. It's hard. Um, Primarily on the financial side. I think if I'm spending less money on stuff I don't really need, maybe I can set aside more money on just a day outside of the house on my own. Go somewhere, try to talk to people. And then the question is, where do I go? The closest library is not opening until September. And then the other libraries are kind of far out of the way. The library it's going to is going to be closing as of August to start their renovation. So the closest library I'm going to have is the one on Eberando, which is quite a distance. Let's like catch a bus. And after certain points in the day, the bus it's just not running. And it's really annoying. It started this whole direct routes thing, and the timing on the direct routes is kind of stupid. Like, you're running at about 7 or 8, and the stores at those places, it goes by, don't open until 9, 10, 11. Those routes should be more useful if they were more in the middle of um, the day instead of at the extreme ends. And then they don't run at all they don't run the direct routes on Saturday, which is really stupid. Like, what was the point? It's like, a Saturday 11, 10, 11, 12 o'clock bus to the mall would be a big help, but they're not doing it. It's like, what is this? What is this bus system? Pueblo has one of the most annoying bus systems sometimes. It's. I wish our bus system ran on Sunday, ran longer hours, and had more direct routes. But no. It costs money, it costs time, it's just not really the investment that they want to make, so it's what we're stuck with in this town. I have to wonder. Hold on a moment. I need to stay away from my window. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, too many interruptions out there. Yeah. There's a lot of things requiring a lot of time and resources and other thought that could really use the effort. It's trying to think here. It's like my projects. So. Yeah. August is definitely going to be the personal project month, along with September and October. I'm thinking when it gets to November, I want to get really back into the swing of things and actually make a schedule and stick to it. My current schedule is I do MechWarrior on Mondays whenever I'm ready to do so. And it's been doing alright. But I think if I had an actual schedule, I could consistently get certain people to come in and watch the stream and have fun with it. But the one thing that keeps standing in the way of having the consistent schedule is work. So what I would want to do is find consistently scheduled work, and then that can make it possible for me to do the projects, the streams, everything else on a more regular basis. But I don't know about the employment situation here in town. It's kind of rough. Places keep closing, so jobs keep drying up. And then my own capabilities for work are kind of limited. I still have my associate's degree as administrative professional, but I haven't really made use of the skills associated with that in terms of the Windows programs and other stuff. Yeah, I don't regularly use Office, so that those skills have atrophied considerably. And then all the skills I do have for the work that I do is like with organizing shelves, getting freight off the truck, putting that away. So how does that translate into the skills that could be put to work? Let's see here. Got an eye for detail, and do some problem solving in terms of refiguring the space when I need to make space for a product. Got customer service skills in terms of helping people with stuff in the store. Communication. I've got some muscle. I can lift at least 50 pounds. I'm so freaking glad I took weightlifting in high school. Speaking of high school, it's been over 20 years since I graduated from Centennial, and I'm wondering, okay, are they gonna do like a reunion or anything? Still shocked the crap out of me to see the high school demolished. Just not there anymore. As a new school, like built in a place close by to be its replacement, but just the fact that there's no way to revisit the old high school anymore is just weird to me. I thought it was always going to be there, but that's life in the world for you. Some things just be there for a while and then they'll just disappear out of nowhere. There'll be no chance to revisit them and just miss out. It kind of sucks. Sometimes things have to change. There's usually a good reason for it having to change. I'm kind of wondering what exactly it was about the way Centennial was that they had to tear it down and build something else. Because when I went there like 20 years ago, it's still in pretty good condition. So I'm just really curious what happened. What was wrong with the building? It was a nice high school. And as much as it wasn't a perfect experience, it was one of the better experiences I had in terms of my education over the years. Because, long story short, my time with school has not really been the best. So I'll be thinking about what to do going forward. So, in summary, content going forward will mostly stay the same. Aside from not doing Slackathon, I'll be putting more focus into personal projects. I'll be putting more focus onto getting out of the house and away from the game store and finding friends somewhere else. I'll be exploring my ultra feminine side because I want to. And we'll just be having fun because the thought of just not having fun sucks. Alright. Just looking back at the transactions with Gina, it's like this. It makes such a difference checking out other markets in this game. You just can't settle for one market or you might miss out on other opportunities. But anyway, it's almost an hour and I think it's good to go. I'm going to combine this with a still frame of sorts and put it online as just a standalone thing. And I guess that's it. Alright, if you're still here, thank you very much for listening. This has been Pillar Nexus. I will see you next time.